91, 82, 70. Anybody know what 360 is?
A circle.
A circle. So there's no row 360 because it doesn't move. It's like on itself. All right. Anyways, a rotation is a turn. So you had reflection was a flip, translation was a slide, and now a rotation is a turn around a fixed point called the center of rotation. When we rotate, the figure rotates at a specific angle, that's your degree measure, like we have these rules, and a certain direction. Normally we go counterclockwise. I truly don't know why we don't go clockwise because that would just be too easy. So when you are given these rules, your 90 and 270 are counterclockwise. That means we go this way, right? Because the clock goes the other way. And then 180, it doesn't tell you if it's counterclockwise or clockwise because it doesn't matter because 180 is like halfway around, whether you go clockwise or counterclockwise. But anyway, we use the common center of rotation as the origin. That's your 0, 0. We don't do around a given fixed point because that's too complicated. So we just use the origin. Alright, so we got these rules. We write rules using this XY notation. So you take your points XY, and if you're going to rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise, so like if your figure is here, 90 degrees counterclockwise, your figure is going to end up there. Our rule is negative y x. So what that means is you're going to flip your x and y. Whatever your x sign is, you leave it. Whatever your y sign is, you're going to change it. So let's just do a little example. Like if I said 2, 4, first I'm going to flip them. So it's going to be 4, 2. And then I'm going to change the sign of my y value. So negative 4, 2. On quiz tests, I will give you the rules so you don't have to worry about memorizing them. Like I said, 180 is like halfway around the world. You got your rule XY, so our standard, and it just becomes negative x. Ooh, not a negative negative. Negative x, negative y. So you're not flipping anything, you're just changing the sign. So again, if I had my 2, 4, it would just be negative 2, negative 4. That totally got squished together. 270 counterclockwise, again, if I start here, counterclockwise, go all the way around 270, I'm going to end up there. This is the same rule as 90 degrees clockwise. Just like this one is technically 270 clockwise. I don't think you see this one as much, but this one you'll see. How do you draw a star? And our rule for that one, xy becomes y negative x. So these two are kind of like opposites. You're still going to flip your xy, except for you're going to change the sign of your x this time. So if I have 2, 4, when we flip them, it's going to become 4, 2, and then our x value is going to be negative, so 4, negative 2. All right. Questions so far? Okay, let's jump into the examples. Go ahead, plot your originals, those little dots. We have 2, 7. That's A, 6, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. B. 4-1 seed.
That was such a straight line.
Yeah, mine aren't straight. Alright, and I want to go 9 degrees counterclockwise, so that's our first rule. So I'm just going to write this down. XY becomes negative Y. Oh, I don't know why I keep writing that. Negative Y, X. Alright, well first off, since my figure's here in quadrant 1, 9 degrees counterclockwise, I should end up in this quadrant too. Okay. So let's just, like I said, I can't visualize stuff real good, so I just do the math stuff. So if I have this point 2, 7, I'm going to flip them, so it's going to be 7, 2. And then my y, which was 7, has to become the negative version. And then if I plot the point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I am in this quadrant, so that's a good thing. If you're not in that quadrant, you probably did something wrong. Then you most definitely did something wrong. B, we got 6, 5. So to find B prime, we're going to flip them, so 5, 6. And then the y is going to become negative. Our y was 5. So negative 5. Again, should be in this quadrant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. B prime. And our C was 4, 1. So flip them, we get 1, 4. And our y becomes negative, so negative 1, 4. So negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. C prime. I still have a triangle, thank goodness. So it has to work out. We're in the right quadrant we're supposed to be in. So it should be A-okay. Can you read these to me? That's fine. Okay. Alright, plot your points for our square. We got 2, 6. There's B. We got 6, 5. 2, 3. There's Q. So starting in that quadrant 1, if I go 180 halfway around, I want to be down in this box. You agree with that? Yeah, okay, good. Alright, our 180 rule, x, y becomes negative x, negative y. So we're not flipping anything around, we're literally just changing the sign of our x and y. So I got my p, which is 2, 6, so I'm just going to go negative 2, negative 6. So when I plot my point, it'll be down here. And it is. My q is 6, 5. Make them negative. Negative 6. Negative 5. Bless you. If my r is 5, 1, what's my new r? Beautiful. Negative 5, negative 1. And what about my new s? If it was 1, 2, now it's perfect. And we still have something that looks like a square. questions? All right, let's keep cruising. Have we done a 270 yet?
No.
I don't think so. Okay. All right, 270 water points. 3, 4. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's J. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's K. 8, 1, L. 1, 1, M. Ooh, totally missed that line. Alright, if I'm going 270 counterclockwise, am I going to end up to the left of it, across from it, or the bottom? The bottom, so we want to end up down here. And our rule for 270, xy becomes y negative x. So we're going to flip them and then change the sign of your x. So this 3, 4 is going to become, flip them first for 3, and then change the sign of your x so that 3 becomes negative. And when I plot it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I am down here in this lovely quadrant 4. That doesn't even look like a G. Alright, okay, 6, 4, so flip them. 4, 6, x becomes negative. So negative 6.
Miss Dittis,
Oh,
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you in your negative number talk. You have part 3 report, right? Which one?
3.
Do you feel sciencey today for Mr. Dubois?
Is it AP?
Yeah.
Down. Totally.
Okay. I don't know what the notes are. I'm gonna go look for them, but
Okay.
I'm putting you down for 30.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay.
Why do you
Isn't
want
she
it
the
to be
best?
AP?
Because that means there's good kids. And not freshmen. See? You know that thing. Alright, so 4, negative 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am in the correct quadrant again. If my L's 8, 1, what's my new L gonna be?
1, negative
1, negative 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the last one, 1, 1's gonna become 1, negative 1. Alright, how do we feel?
I feel great.
Do you want me to do 4, 5, 6?
No.
Like, truly, are we okay?
We're
Yeah.
fine.
We're good.
Okay, we're gonna skip down to the clockwise examples then. So skip to the bottom. Alright, so if I'm going 90 degrees clockwise, that's like going how many degrees counterclockwise?
90. 270.
270 counterclockwise. Okay, so you're following that rule as 270 counterclockwise, which is the one we just did. XY becomes Y negative X. Alright, so let's plot our original. We got 1, 5, 3, 8.
Just do it.
Whatever.
What about the one where it doesn't show the coordinates?
Like what?
Like on the worksheet, the one we had, it didn't have like the XY coordinates.
On the back page?
No, the whole worksheet, it didn't have any.
On the front page, it should have, like, you should have had coordinates. On the back page, you had to figure out what the rule was. Of the homework you're talking about?
Yeah, if you listen to this particular, it didn't have like X or Y.
On the back side, right? You can still find them, though. You can find your coordinates. Alright, so if I'm gonna go 90 clockwise or 270 clockwise, where am I gonna be? Left, opposite, or below? Opposite it down here? Below? Dylan, where are we gonna be? 270 counterclockwise or 90 clockwise?
On the bottom.
On the bottom. Down here. Clocks go this way, so we're in this box. Alright, so our rule xy becomes y negative x, so I got 1, 5, so I need to flip them. Becomes 5, 1. And then which one's going to become negative?
The one.
The 1. So 5, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I am down here. Thank goodness. Alright, 3, 8. What's 3, 8 going to become?
8, negative
8, negative 3, which puts me in the right coordinate. And 8, 1 is going to become
1, negative
1, negative 8. And we have a triangle again, so that is wonderful. Alright, 14, 270 clockwise is what counterclockwise? 90. So our rule we're following is the 90, so xy becomes negative y.
Wait, but we're starting from left.
Oh, but we're starting from the left this time. So when I plot these, my g is negative 7, 2,
I want to go to
negative 5. Okay, math. Negative 1, 8. And negative 3.
Why did you break me?
Guys. Shh. So we had an observation made. We are not in our standard first quadrant. So if I go 90 degrees counterclockwise or 270 clockwise, am I to the right, below, or opposite? I'm going to be below it because 90 degrees counterclockwise will put me here, 270 clockwise will put me here. Alright, so our rule xy becomes negative yx. So if I have this negative 7, 2, first off, let's flip it to negative 7. And then the y value needs to become negative, so I'm going to have the negative 2. Well, if I graph negative 2, negative 7, that puts me in the correct quadrant. Okay, my h of negative 5, 6, flip it, it's going to become 6, negative 5. But that 6 needs to become negative. So negative 6, negative 5. What are i's new coordinates?
Negative 8,
Negative 8, negative 1. And j's new coordinates.
negative 4,
Negative 4, negative 3. And again, we have a parallelogram shape that looks about the same. Alright, questions?